This video is brought to you by GameGavel.com, the best place to buy and sell new, old, and obscure things gaming. Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to a episode of GameTalk, the discussion series videos where we talk about anything and everything game related. Now, I'm joined again by my good friend Wood from Beat 'em Ups in Australia, here in Adelaide yet again.
How you going, mate?
How you going, mate? Down under?
Bloody oath.
Bloody oath, mate.
You ripper.
Oh, you a legend, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so pardon the Australian. Today,
Pardon the Australian?
Pardon me. Today we're going to talk about our favorite handhelds. Since I am on a international trip, couldn't really bring my consoles with me, but I did bring handhelds, and I'd like to talk about handhelds and what's cool about the ones that we like. So, since you're the guest on this episode, would you like to start us off with your favorite handheld?
I will start us off with... Can we start with some honourable mentions?
Let's start with some honourable mentions, actually.
Because I will say that the PSP, while it is not considered my favourite console at all, has some fantastic games on it.
It does.
Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts. That I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series, and to me that I know a lot of people don't count it in as like part of the trilogy or whatever. It's not as good as the other two games, but
it stands on its own.
That
really.
game is up there. It goes the first game, that game, then the second game, and I love it. I love it. For that reason alone, the PSP is one of my favorite consoles.
And the other reason I like the PSP is because years ago when I bought a PSP, I didn't buy it for the games because who wants to buy the games? I got custom firmware on it, and I used it as an emulator for Super Nintendo and NES. And it was great for playing import games that came out before in America at the time, because I remember when Final Fantasy Dissidia came out in Japan, I downloaded that and put it on my PSP years before it came out in America, which is it's really good for that. It's a workhorse.
Such a great little console.
It's a workhorse of a system for sure.
Do you want to do an honourable mention before I jump into my favourites?
Yeah, I'll do an honourable mention.
I'm throwing you on the spot.
You are a little bit.
Because we didn't plan this at all.
We didn't plan this, but I'm going to go with the 3DS. Now, the 3DS is more of a modern-day console, of course, but there's so much available on it as far as content. Like
so many amazing games.
So many amazing games, and everybody counted this out when it first came out. And
like the Wii U.
Like the Wii U, but you know what? The Wii U is going to get better slowly over time, and this is evidence of that. I mean, just look at the lineup of games that we have. We have the new Zelda games. We've got the
Luigi's Mansion 2.
Luigi's Mansion 2, which is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for us, which is strange.
Kingdom Hearts Dreamed Up Distance.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Is coming out for that. There's so many great first-party Zelda games, as well as great eShop games, like Gunman Clive is great. Cave Story is great. I mean, just look on the eShop. There's tons of games for affordable prices.
Tales of the Abyss.
Tales of the Abyss.
Amazing.
So, is that it for honorable mentions?
That's it for honorable mentions.
All right.
I had to say PSPs.
Of course.
I love how these are sat here as well, just to add filler.
The little tiger handhelds.
They're kind of cool. They're in no way anyone's favourite, though.
No.
My favourite console is the Game Boy Advance SP. And for me personally, it's because I remember I got this on holiday at Murray Bridge, which is a little remote town 45 minutes from here, at a bed and breakfast. And my mother brought me and my brother one of these. I got Fire Red and he got Leaf Green. Ooh. 356 hours I played that game. I completed the Pokédex.
So you're an official Poke Trainer. You've caught them all.
I caught them all. That game was so beautiful, so amazing. I still play it to this day. I've actually got an emulation of it on my Xbox, original Xbox, which I play on my TV.
How good is that?
Pumped hours into this console. Mostly just on the Pokemon games. I really didn't differentiate. It's really late.
Differentiate.
I really didn't do that much. It was just the Pokemon games. I mean, 356 hours.
Now, we got to talk about the design. Why do you think they went with the design? What makes it different?
I think around that time, flip things were really in style.
Flip phones, dude.
The flip phones were in style, and they were cool.
Do you still see people with flip phones these days?
No one has flip phones.
The coolest thing with flip phones was like swinging them open, and be like,
when you got a call,
hello,
swing them open. And the thing is, kids wanted flip phones. They thought they were the most awesome thing, but they didn't get phones because they were too young.
That's
what
right.
they got was the Game Boy Advance SP.
Game Boy Advance SP.
This is the model with the crappier backlight, by the way, which is no good. But the brighter backlight is amazing to play the old. I've actually been playing Metal Gear lately on my breaks at work,
Yeah.
and having the backlight behind this
It's so good.
so great, so great.
So this is model number AGS100, and the one that you want to look for if you want to get the better backlit screen is AGS101. Look on eBay. If people take pictures of the serial number, you can often see them get away without knowing that.
Yeah.
Or go to garage sales and look. Be sure to always keep an eye out for this because the 101, the brighter backlit screen, is just great.
Now that I'm older, it feels a little small in my hands.
It does.
But when I was younger, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. It still is perfect.
Yeah,
It just feels a little small now.
That's what she said. So moving on, I'm going to go with the Game Boy Advance as well. It seems to be a lot of everybody's favorite console, and the reason why is because it was long overdue. I mean, look, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color were basically the same thing, minus the colors. And it had been in circulation for well over like 12 years. And I remember when I first got this, I saw it and I was like, I gotta have it. So I put one on lay-by in Australia. I put one on layaway at Walmart, and I got that and Sonic Advanced and Pokemon Sapphire.
How good is it getting so many games at once
Dude,
when you're a kid?
It's amazing. And the coolest thing was, well, which some of you aspect ratio files may not like, is when you put original Game Boy games in here and you press L, it'll blow up the screen. And I was like, wow, that's so cool.
As a kid, that's great, but I can't stand that.
I can't stand it now. But it's cool because, I mean, yeah, the regular Game Boy Color and the first Game Boy had like the magnifying glass, but it looked cooler on this. And plus, I think this is a better fit for my hands. I mean, you may like that, but I just like this. It's a nice little handful, and it's got...
That's what she said.
That's what she said. But, I mean, it's just comfortable to hold.
Nowadays, now that my hands are bigger, that is a better console to hold.
It's a better console to
without a
hold.
doubt.
The button placement is good because with that, you're like so cramped for room.
Yeah.
This is just more comfortable in my opinion. And I actually went as far as putting a backlight in one of these. And if you want to see that, check out one of my
awesome.
check out one of my previous videos where I just talked about I think it was the Game Boy Advanced emulation card. So check that out, and you can see the cool stuff. So I guess that about wraps it up for handhelds. You got anything else you want to say? Chime in with?
Thanks for having me. Seriously.
Yeah, no problem. This is about the 5th video that you're going to be in on my channel for a while. Right. So I definitely appreciate you being on. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite handhelds are. If you like the original Donkey Kong Game & Watch, or you go as far as the latest iteration of Nintendo's fancy 3D handhelds.
I've always loved the transition here.
Isn't
How
that
long
cool?
it took to circle back around.
Look at this.
Just awesome.
Come on. It's cool. It's cool. Nintendo always goes back to their roots.
My body is ready.
My body is ready. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video. If you have any ideas for future topics for myself and the lovely Studley Wood from Adelaide, Australia, otherwise known as Beat 'em Ups and the Game Quest on YouTube. So, without further ado, see you soon. God bless America.
See ya, mate.
Good eye, mate.